It's been rainy and gloomy in the Midwest. Perfect weather for some chili. Let's make some. We'll go ahead and start off by rough chopping 1 medium green bell pepper. And we'll go ahead and do the same with 1 poblano pepper. Seeds and membranes removed. Once that's chopped, we'll go ahead and set that to the side, and we'll do the same thing with a medium yellow onion. Set that to the side as well. And then we'll go ahead and prep our toppings. We're going to go ahead and chop up some chives and slice some fresh jalapenos. And for our seasonings, we'll go ahead and put together some garlic powder, some ancho chili powder, a little bit of coriander, some slap your mama, oregano, some chili powder, smoked paprika, some Mrs. Dash garlic and herb, no salt, some thyme, and I added 3 pinches of salt. Then some onion powder, some cumin seeds, you can use ground cumin if you have it, and black pepper. And we'll finish it off with some Tony's. This also has no salt. Go ahead and combine those seasonings together. Then we'll start off by cooking our ground beef. I use 90-10 ground beef, so there is no need for me to really remove any of the fat, as this type of beef does not render much fat. And I had my Dutch oven set to a medium-high heat, so my meat browned pretty fast. Then we'll go ahead and add our onions. And then we'll go ahead and add our bell pepper and poblano pepper. Then I added 2 tablespoons of our seasoning. And I cooked it in the middle just for a few seconds so it can allow the seasoning to bloom. And then give that a good mix. Once we have given that a good mix, I go ahead and place the lid on it for about 10 minutes. And that will allow our peppers and onions to soften up a little bit. And it'll look something like this. Then I go ahead and add a tablespoon of tomato paste. And I also cooked it in the middle for a little bit so it can toast. And then just start incorporating it with my meat. Then we'll add 1 can of crushed tomato. One can of fire roasted tomato. And then 1 can of tomato sauce. Then we'll go ahead and add our beans. I added 1 can of chili beans, 1 can of kidney beans, and they were both drained. Then I ended up adding 2 tablespoons of the Better Than Beef bouillon. And here I added about 1/2 cup of water. If your chili is a little bit loose, don't worry, because we're going to allow this to simmer so it'll thicken up later in the cooking process. And give that a good mix. Then we'll go ahead and add the remaining of our seasoning. And I added 1 bay leaf and just a little bit more water. Then we can go ahead and allow this to simmer for about 45 minutes. And after 45 minutes, this is what your chili will look like. Now it's done, and all you really have to do now is plate. Once you have plated your chili, then we're going to go ahead and add our toppings. I topped mine off with some cheddar cheese. Then I added my chives. And then I added my freshly sliced jalapenos. And there you have it, some delicious chili paired with some honey butter cornbread. I hope you make this and enjoy.